Note to self: walking, working out, moving our body definitely makes us feel better. And no matter what, we're becoming the man that God has ordained us to be in this earth plane. We have faith. We can't be moved by sight, what we see, because if we're moved by what we see, we'd be frozen with fear. Something that it looks like they want to keep us in. Because if you have fear, you're stuck. You're frozen. Yeah, so this is another little park I will go to. I've only been here once in Dallas. I remember one time, of course, it was home when I was homeless, and I came up here because I would have a whole night, to do something with. So I'd come up here one night, and I laid down, and I looked at all the trees, and I was just grateful. I wasn't in the best situation in my life, but I was grateful. There's beauty in the world, and sometimes we have to remind ourselves of that. Just try to do things that make you happy. And that's all any of us can really do. And so this is just a whole trail, and this goes around, and this is like the best bike trail I've ever been to in Dallas. I haven't been this way so much, but that way you go down, there's a restaurant on the right, So I think we're just gonna walk a little bit and just have our own thoughts for a while. I got on the scale today, and I wasn't surprised. I guess people that don't know my physical capabilities and my fitness, my keen for fitness, in military school, we used to always go, "Sir, what's the definition of discipline?" The definition of discipline is, and we would repeat, the instant, willful obedience to all orders, respect for authority, self-reliance and teamwork. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. It's a way of life, sir. That's one thing that's definitely been drilled into my head. There's no one else like you on this entire planet. You are one of a kind. But in the society that we live in, we're supposed to be ashamed of being unique. I digress, you guys. It wasn't, just glad we were able to move our body today. And I'm glad, and I thank the universe for putting me in a situation where I had this opportunity to just walk and move my body talk to you guys in a very peaceful, serene environment. But I will say, it is cold. And I am not wearing boxers, so there's no really good insulation. But whatever we're meant to do and whatever our calling is, we're definitely going to accomplish that, plus more in our life. Because, we have faith, we have discernment, we have understanding, and we realize that, there's seasons and cycles in our lives. I'm now 31 years old, and the tea is I've been on this airplane now for 31 years. And along that 31 years, I've learned a lot of things, and I've had a lot of different lessons and journeys and environment changes and, new environments that I've had to adapt to. This recent one with the pandemic and COVID has been, difficult. And I'm sure it's been difficult for a lot of people to adjust to, It's it's a change of, like I say all the time in my previous videos, a social paradigm, Like the way that we interact with each other have been completely changed. Because, like I say, about 90%, 93% of our communication is nonverbal, So, adding on top of that, these new face mash interactions and things like that. And, when we really separate ourselves from trees and nature and, we have to fix ourselves first, We can't try to change the world and we're over here hurting, You have to focus on yourself, heal yourself, and then let yourself be kind of a example of what greatness and what, just the best humanity has to be offered. Be the example of the man of God the Creator has ordained me to be. And whatever that may be. But every day I get closer and closer, So all is not lost. We try to separate ourselves from a lot of the time, like the natural ecosystem and the natural environment of the planet, but we have so much more in common than we do differences, especially when it talks about the life and death cycle or metamorphoses or, just like a caterpillar going into a cocoon. You have like changes, that happen. Physical, I'm sure. Internal, physical, of course. So, alright guys, I'm not gonna lie. I am kind of lost. Because, I've been to this park before, but this is my first time ever driving to it. So I kind of came in such a way. It's sure it's over here somewhere. Alright, we're good. But, just like the bugs or the caterpillar to the butterfly or like the trees and their cycles when it comes to fall and winter and their leaves falling and changing color, we as well go through changes, We're not separate from the planet. Just because we think we're sentient life and we're so big and bad, we're conscious and we're self-aware. So we take ourselves out of that equation and separate ourselves from Gaia and, Mother Earth. And that's when everything gets thrown off balance. And now you have these people literally, drilling into the planet and her natural resources and chopping down trees, living organisms. Alright, so I don't think we parked over here. Um, we're gonna double check it. It's not gonna hurt to walk. Let me see. Definitely. Oh, we're by Dallas. We're close to downtown. One thing about like night walking versus day walking is you get like a different feel of your environment, you know? You be more aware, you know, there's not that many souls and bodies around you, and the ones that you do come in contact with, you know, just like anything else. We're all souls in a body. Souls in trees, souls in dogs. Acronym for dog, dog spelled backwards, God. I'm just rambling at this point because I'm trying to find where we came from. So, here we go. But, yeah, pretty cool, right? And then you have some of these hotels and skyscrapers. Imagine living in an environment that is like just like untouched or just like unchanged by man, and you have like natural caves and trees and things like that, where it kind of forces you to be more uh, aware of your environment. So it's 2021, guys. Everything that we gained and everything that we've held onto in 2020, from 2020, from 2019, we're just going to let it go, and we're going to change our life, and we're going to change for the better because we have no choice, honestly. So, like I said, these are going to be some of the most watched videos on YouTube right now, you know, because I'm a real person. I have a real story. I've been through like real tragedy. I've had real blessings in my life. Like my life is a living example of the grace of God. You know, and I'm not perfect. I'm far from it, you know, but I do have conscious thought on how to become, or, you know, just trying to live right, you know. Because at this point in juncture, if you truly believe that, you know, we're separate and there's no, you know, you don't think there's any sentient, conscient, intelligent entities out there besides us, then you're missing the mark now at this point. And like, we have nothing to discuss because we're in two different worlds. So, and it's not say that like, oh, you should just be worried. Of course not. There's enough fear base going around right now. Are you serious? Like, is there COVID or not? Because there's people, I don't know if you guys know, but they're playing the Super Bowl right now. So, back that way. So, we're just a little turned around right now. Is all. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you guys go, or we could stay with me. At this point, I do believe that we are looking for the car. Okay, I think I see it. It's over there. All right, we're good. Everything's good. You know, one thing about being in a new state is, you know, it's just like, you know, there's so much you haven't explored, there's so much you haven't been around, and, you know, you're growing older, and you're getting new feelings, and you're feeling, you know, hopeful and glad about the future because at some point, you know, we didn't think we were going to make it past 25. You know, we haven't necessarily lived a hard life. We've been blessed beyond, you know, imagination at this point. You know, and everywhere I go, my needs are met, you know, and I don't do too much worrying about anything. You know, of course, I could be using my time better, focusing on my body, focusing on my mind, but we can get there. And I believe as we continue to grow and change, like everything else in the world, like the trees and, you know, the caterpillar and, you know, but I think our biggest impacts we can do in each other's life and in the environment's life is just to realize, you know, essentially we're all creations, or we are all, you know, versions of our creator's love. You know, he created everything. You know, everything was created, you know, out of love. A love and wanting to express and wanting for each individual to feel their own, you know, love or what have you. Yeah, there's a really cool lake, I guess, or stream. I came out here with my friend one time, and we were like, we're gonna start a business, clean out the lakes, and we're just gonna clean out all the lakes, and people are gonna pay us for that, you know, because like it's not that we are like completely do these things. I clean out lakes and, you know, oceans and things like that, but it would have to be some type of, like, my time would have to be paid for. But it would be cool because I would be doing things that I love, you know? And that's just one example. Of course, we have many. But it's really cool. I like coming out here and just venting out here to my phone. I don't know if anybody will watch this, if anybody will listen, but, you know, life changes us. And we have to change with life. And we have to constantly, you know, evolve with it, you know? And, you know, sometimes it can be a little difficult and we can feel like we're all bound and held down, but really all is mental and life is what you create it, you know? I can recall parts in my life where I, you know, felt so blessed and so, you know, protected and so, you know, just thankful that I was experiencing life and experiencing things that a lot of people didn't get a chance to go through, or a lot of people do go through it and maybe don't always make it out to the other side. But whether you like it or not, you know, we're always going to make it on the other side. It's just, we live in an environment where, you know, we're supposed to work and make money and either go to school or, you know, and it's like, is that the point of life? For some it is, for some it's not. You know, for a Buddhist monk, I'm sure his point of life would be a little different than, you know, a millennial from the, I don't know if you want to say suburbs anymore, because I've been to so many different suburbs and they're all different. They all think they're just this so unique and so luxurious. California, Texas. It's like, okay. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go ahead and make this drive. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, peace.